Another win for Team Melli in World Cup qualifying. On today's episode, we will recap and analyze Iran's match against North Korea and preview Iran's upcoming match against Kyrgyzstan. You know the deal, and you know what time it is. It's time for Team Melli Talk. Team Melli was ready to face North Korea in Laos. Hey everyone, welcome back to Team Melli Talk. We know what you want, so let's get right to Iran's starting lineup against North Korea. Getting the start and goal, Ali Reza Bayranvand. First, the back line, Mohammadi, Nemati, Khalilzadeh, Yousefi. Now for the midfielders, Ghaidi, Karimi, Ezatullahi, Mohebi. And of course up top, Mehdi Taremi and Sardar Azmoun. Nearly the same starting 11 that we saw when Iran defeated Qatar 4-1 last month in Dubai. The only changes, Arya Yousefi starting at right back and Milad Mohammadi going back to his original position of left back. A 3-2 win for Iran over North Korea, but this match definitely could be described as a tale of two halves. Mehdi Ghaidi gave Iran a 1-0 lead in the 29th minute, and then Mohammad Mohebi scored in the 41st minute and in the 45th minute. Iran had a 3-0 lead at the half, and Mehdi Taremi got the assist on all three goals. Now, the second half was a totally different story. In fact, it was a disaster. Shoja Khalilzadeh was sent off with a straight red card in the 51st minute. North Korea scored 2 goals in 3 minutes, and Mehdi Taremi even missed a penalty kick. In the previous edition of Team Melli Talk, these were my keys to victory going into the match against North Korea. Watch the long ball and close down space in midfield. No joke, I had trouble deciding one of my keys to victory. At one time, I was thinking, and I said it to myself. I said, tighten up on set pieces. Why did I go away from that? I don't know, but I did. And we saw that Team Melli was terrible at defending set pieces because both of North Korea's goals came off of corner kicks. In last month's qualifier against Uzbekistan in Tashkent, Iran was also reduced to 10 men when Saleh Hardani was shown a red card. But the interesting thing that happened is that Iran started playing with more spark and determination after getting that red card. Against North Korea, we saw the exact opposite once Iran was reduced to 10 men because of Shoja Khalilzadeh's red card. Now, I know it's very easy to blame Iran's problems in the second half on having to play with 10 men for the majority of the second half. But I am not in the business of making excuses. Let's take a look at what Mehdi Taremi had to say after the match. Quote, "We entered the second half without focus. It wasn't what we wanted. Overall, we could have been better, but winning the game itself is a good thing." End quote. Taremi was right about not being focused because there were holes in Iran's midfield on at least 6 occasions in the second half. It was bad, and players were definitely out of position. Despite playing with 10 men and the lead cut to 3-2, there were times when Iran was playing with fire by throwing way too many players forward, and this resulted in North Korea almost equalizing on a 5-on-3 counterattack. Fortunately, it did not happen thanks to either a bad pass, or basically a combination of a bad pass and also a good play by Hossein Kenani. And of course, we also can't forget the time when Jogu Kari hit the crossbar. Iran definitely dodged the bullet. The bottom line is that Iran was very undisciplined in the second half. And I really hope that Shoja Khalilzadeh's poor decision-making makes Amir Galinoui realize that there are other center backs who should be playing for Team Melli. Next, let's take a look at Amir Galinoui's substitutions. It wasn't a good idea to bring on Ali Reza Jahanbakhsh because of the obvious reasons. And you know, it's confusing to me because Golizadeh and Hosseinzadeh were available on the bench. Recently, Jahanbakhsh just looks sloppy, whether he has the ball or not. Once again, bringing on Shahryar Moganlu wasn't a good idea, but let's move on. Now you may think I was upset about Nuraf Khan being subbed on, but I wasn't. It made sense to bring him on because Milad Mohammadi was getting burned. Mohammad Mohebi was named man of the match, But my men of the match were Gaidi, Mohebi, and Taremi, the boys from Bushehr. And no joke, if I was forced to pick one man of the match, it would be Taremi because he had 3 assists and Iran won 3-2. I mean, Taremi continues to show why he is so important to Team Melli. In the previous meeting with Kyrgyzstan, Iran earned a 1-0 victory in Fulad Shar. The only goal of the match was scored by Mehdi Taremi. In terms of all-time history, Iran has a perfect record against the White Falcons of Kyrgyzstan. When talking recent results, Kyrgyzstan is coming off a 3-0 loss to the United Arab Emirates. As for the players to watch, here they are: Valery Kichin, Kimi Merk, Ali Mardon Shukurov, and Joel Kojo. The head coach of Kyrgyzstan is Maxim Lisitsyn. In Kyrgyzstan's 3-0 loss to the UAE, the only domestic-based player in Lisitsyn's lineup was Kairat Zhirgalbek of Abdish Atakant, and it was his horrible back pass that gave the UAE a 1-0 lead. And let's not forget, Iran will face Kyrgyzstan on November 19th in Bishkek. Iran remains top of the table and now 3 points ahead of Uzbekistan thanks to Qatar's 3-2 victory over the Uzbeks. Next, let's talk keys to victory. Number 1, stay focused. Number 2, close gaps between backline and midfield. Kyrgyzstan has not been very impressive in this round of qualifying, but this team does play tough at home, and the cold weather could be a factor in Bishkek. But the bottom line is that as long as Team Melli plays a disciplined match and stays focused, I expect a 3-1 victory.